Okay.
Wait, did you share it?
Yeah, it's already on. I already posted it on Twitter and everything. I was. Can you post
Oh,
on Discord? Because I can't.
oh.
That's what I was asking. Anyways, we're live now. This is what are we doing again? I don't know why it slipped my mind. Shonen MC Tournament. Okay, there it is. We also have a special guest appearing for the first time. Shonen Ouji. Wait, how do you say? Is it
No, you got it.
OG? Okay.
OG.
Uh,
Yeah, it is good.
oh, okay. I wasn't sure. That's why I was like, because I saw how it was spelled. I was like, wait a sec. How do you pronounce that?
Well, thank you for clarifying.
Because I've always wondered. Because I hear Fiend say it a lot, and I was like, wait, is that how you say it? So, quick
Well,
question.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, quick. What'd you come up with? The like Shonen OG.
So I was just about to say, Shonen obviously because I like Shonen Jump and I like Shonen. That's pretty obvious. OG, and this is super super corny, but I was like, okay, I gotta make up a persona here, and you know how like you're not supposed to pick your own nickname. Like if somebody like tells you, oh well, nobody calls me that nickname. I kind of came up with it. You'd be like, okay, well that's kind of dumb. I was like, okay, well if I could pick my own nickname, what would it be? And I was like, it would be Prince. So OG is literally just Prince in Japanese.
Okay.
Hmm.
I've been exposed.
Like that's actually really cool though. I
Mm.
did
Hey,
not know that. That taught me something
this
different.
podcast has been just a sham to expose Shonen OG. So
We
now
got
it's
him.
done. Thank you everyone for coming.
Yep.
And
We'll catch you on the
This
next
will
one. Appreciate
this will
it.
go viral, and everyone will be adding me, and I'll be like, oh great.
But oh yeah. So
oh, by the way, Shonen, would you like retweet and stuff? We tagged
Oh
you.
yeah, I can do that.
but yeah, I just want to say thank you again though for coming. It's
Yeah.
always
Yeah, of
good,
course.
to get new people to pretty much build the people you have a relationship with and friends and things like that. It's the way I see it.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
That's
exactly.
But so pretty much, anyways, I'm glad we saw this because we saw again the discussion before talking about what makes a good MC, which kind of like before we start, I think we should talk about how we're going to be clarifying this. That way, the people can understand in a sense. So what are we kind of basing the standards off? Like, what are we going by for a good MC?
Well, what do you guys think? And then I'll share my thoughts.
I'd say one of the things should be like the goal the character has set for them, like kind of like because yes, some characters, it's always good for like character development for the character's goals to kind of change, but then again, it's also good if the character kind of keeps the same goal. So kind of like pretty much how what they said they'll go to and how their path leads to whatever. Maybe the goal changes, maybe it stays the same, but kind of like how that affects it. I feel like that's a good one. Pretty much the story, how it plays out for them. Kind of how they handle situations, I guess, would be another good one.
I got into this, and not to get too into the tournament because I haven't seen the bracket yet, but I got into this last week when the My Hero chapter came out, and not to spoil that chapter for anyone who hasn't seen it or is anime only, but Deku does something, and I go, "This is why Deku is a great protagonist." And somebody goes, "Is he great or is he convenient?" And I go, "Well, here he is being a leader." I'm like, is that not how we define a protagonist? Because a protagonist, if you just Google search it, is the character of the story who leads the characters and drives the story forward. So they don't necessarily have to be like the leader, but they have to demonstrate some sort of leadership in one way or another. And at the very least, they have to drive the story forward. So whether they are like a very active protagonist like Luffy, or they're a more passive protagonist like Ichigo, they have to, in one way or another, drive the story forward. Aside from that, I'm not too concerned about specifics. because while shonen does have like its tropes, um, I think it's a little unfair to really make any more rules other than that. What do you guys think?
Well, no, I agree with that completely. The only thing I was mentioning about pretty much before was like, if they're like driving the story forward, let's say they're driving it like, best example would be, actually, I'm trying to think of something that's not on this list. Can't really do that.
I mean, I agree with Shonen
Well, I was just saying,
Ouji
like,
here,
how you
and
said drive the story forward, but there's two different things. Like, what if, like, the first half of the story, the main character is doing this, now Noah, he just switches up, and the story's still going forward, but now the MC's acting completely different with no explanation. It's like,
So the other thing I just remembered, so they have to be a good protagonist, and then they just have to be a well-written character.
yes.
So you can have a good protagonist and a bad character. It's kind of hard to pull that off, but it's imaginable. You could have a character that is doing a great job of driving the story forward, but at least in your opinion, has terrible writing and is a terribly written character. Like they could have a lot of inconsistencies. So I think it's a matter of one, are they a good protagonist like the main character should be, and two, are they just a good character?
And I agree with that a lot. That was my main thing I was saying is the inconsistency for like, do we um we're grading on both. Like, inconsistency would be one of the things to us, like, okay, he may not be the best MC, but he could still be better than some MCs just because he's a good protagonist.
Right.
yeah,
Okay, that's kind of what I was figuring out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And by the way, you guys could look at the bracket in the text chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I already got it all pulled up. I'm looking at it on stream, and I'm looking at it as well.
No, I think OG didn't get it. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, just let me know though whenever y'all have everything pulled up and y'all ready to go with the first bracket, and I can go
I'm
ahead
good
and
to go.
okay. Fiend, you ready? Or you need a sec?
yeah, yeah, I'm ready. I sent it to every Discord and everything. So yeah, we're ready.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and jump in with the first bracket. This one for me at least was a very easy one. It's
Hmm.
Yusuke
From Yu Yu Hakusho.
from Yu Yu Hakusho
Yeah,
and Asta from Black Clover.
yeah. So who wants to start?
I'll start real quick
Okay.
just because I have to admit, while I have seen like the first 10 or 20 episodes, I have not watched the entirety of Yu Yu Hakusho. Um, I suspect, just based off of how much it gets hyped up, that Yusuke is probably the. I still think, if you ask me, I really like Asta, but I suspect that it would probably go to Yusuke. What do you guys think?
So I would say for me at least, um, so I've been watching Yu Yu Hakusho. We've been doing this thing to where I've been catching up to Yu Yu Hakusho. We've been doing streams and stuff. So I'm on like episode 30 or like 28, 30 around there.
Mm-hmm.
And so where I'm at, Yusuke, just I don't know, he keeps getting better and better with his character. And even in the beginning, in the first like few episodes, I fell in love with his character, with how he was. And with Asta, I read about I read all the way up to the elf orc. I don't know what it's called, but
I think it's just the elf arc.
okay.
Yeah.
But like I got to the point where it's like Yami and that Thorn girl, the girl who controls like the roses and everything. When she was an elf, it was them two
Mm-hmm.
fighting. So I got to that part, and then I just quit because Black Clover got very stagnant for me. Didn't really enjoy it, so I just quit reading. So I've seen a lot more of Black Clover than I have Yu Hakusho. But I'd have to say Yusuke is a better MC than Asta.
Well,
Okay.
Just
Yeah, to me, I've watched all of Yu Yu Hakusho, and I watched Black Clover until the after the elf arc. I think there's like a time skip or something, right?
Yes, there's a 6 month time skip.
Yeah, so I just watched until like one chapter after the time skip. So I stopped after that, and Asta, I mean, he's good. He's like in a world of magic where again, it's similar to. Okay, let's talk about that later. But I would say Yusuke, at least looking at Yusuke, how he grows from like this delinquent. Again, I'm not gonna give many spoilers because you haven't watched it.
Yeah, that's why I
But
didn't get too deep into it.
yeah, yeah. But like the way he grows every arc, and if you watched Hunter x Hunter, you would know, Togashi's writing is pretty good.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't want to get into spoilers, so I would say yes, I do prefer Yusuke over Asta.
Well, I'd say not even just the way Yusuke grows, the connections he has, the way he not
Yeah,
only
yeah.
moves the story forward for himself but for everyone else. I don't know. It just to me, I loved I love everything I've seen so far with Yu Yu Hakusho. But then again,
Yeah,
I'm a
I
big
think yeah,
uh,
I think in the leader aspect, like the MCs must also be a good leader, and in that aspect, I think Yusuke just nails it. He's a pretty good leader.
I agree completely with that one.
Yeah,
So it sounded like Yusuke
Yeah,
is our vote.
yeah,
I agree.
All right.
I would say Yusuke.
And I'm not saying Asta's a bad MC. I'm just saying,
No.
Yusuke's
Yeah,
better. Just wanted to
Yusuke
clarify.
is Asta. I mean, okay, we'll get to it later. I have another character I would say is similar to Asta, and I'll just talk about
Okay. So the next one we have Gon Freaks and
that.
Goku.
Goku.
Um,
Gone Freaks from Hunter x
yeah.
Hunter and Goku from Dragon Ball.
So I'll go ahead and start this one off. So I'm a big Hunter x Hunter fan. But even though I'm a big Hunter x Hunter fan, I will say this: Gon, being the MC and everything, I do not think he's as good of an MC as Goku. Even though I'm not as big of a fan of Dragon Ball, I make fun of it a lot and stuff. I still admit it's good, but I still make fun of it. But I will say Goku, to me at least, is a better MC. I feel like he's got the leadership role, just a lot of the stuff, progressing the story and everything. I'd have to give to Goku. But
Hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I guess it's because Gon's more of the free. He's more like it felt more of a him and his friends type journey, not really like Gon progressing himself. More of him getting in these situations
Hmm.
because of his friends and everything. I don't know. That's just me though.
Alright, that's a surprise you voted for Goku.
Yeah, that was one of the more difficult ones for me.
Hmm. All right. Oji?
Fiend, why don't you go ahead? Because I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to have to be the tiebreaker. What's your choice?
I uh, I think you're gonna have to be a tiebreaker because I do like Goku a lot, and I actually chose this uh, bracket uh, because I think in Dragon Ball Z, yes, they're not that similar, but Goku and Gon in from Dragon Ball, the original, I think they're pretty similar, and uh, like Goku from Dragon Ball Z, I would say he's yes, he's kind of a leader, but that comes to him because he's the strongest. And I mean, I guess I'd talk about like Dragon Ball Goku because I think he's like in Dragon Ball, the characters are much better written, I guess, than Dragon Ball Z. but Goku and Gon both being this naive kind of kids who didn't know much about the outer world, and they went on this huge adventure because of their friends or whatever. Like Goku went out because of Bulma. If you guys watched that,
Yeah.
did you
Hmm.
guys watch? Yeah, you guys
Uh,
watched original Dragon Ball, right?
yes.
I've seen it all.
I watched a
Okay,
good bit of it. Didn't get to the very end, but I seen a good bit.
okay, and Goku, even his friendship with Bulma, Krillin, and Master Roshi, and all those characters are pretty good and well written. And in Dragon Ball, even in Dragon Ball Z, I would say Goku and Vegeta's relationship was really well done. But again, I mean, Hunter, I would say gone. Yes, there are a lot of characters I prefer more than gone in Hunter x Hunter, but I think like his naivety gets him more into trouble than Goku, because Goku is just like a he's a freak of nature, so he kind of gets out of these situations easily compared to Gon. And I think because of that, Goku more, relies on like brute force and stuff, but Gon has to rely more on his like skill and I guess his friends and connections and stuff. So I would say Gon would get my vote.
Hmm.
Hello.
This
Okay.
is a toughie,
Yeah.
but by a very small margin, I have to give my vote to Goku,
Mm,
only because I'm a little biased, only because I love Dragon Ball so much,
yes.
but also
Same.
because kind of what you were talking about. Not that it's not present with Goku, but Gon is definitely a lot more naive.
Mm,
Whereas even if we talk about Z, then obviously Goku matures as a character. But even if we don't talk about Z and we just talk about Dragon Ball, we do see Goku sort of grow up a bit from kid leaving the mountains because Bulma wants to go get the Dragon Balls to fighting King Piccolo because he's a bad guy and Goku needs to stop him and all that stuff. So he
mm,
does mature a lot as a character, and it's cool to see him do all that. And also Goku's just more badass. He's got all his transformations.
Yeah,
He's got all his cool, stolen but still cool techniques, and
yeah.
his fights are just more fun to watch.
that is true.
True. That is true.
Well, we'll say,
No, this one is definitely really hard for me because
Mm.
both of them, I think, went through a similar kind of thing. But I would agree that well, you could say Goku's journey is done. If you're like me and you don't consider Super as something, that's going on, then I would say, Goku's journey, at least he finished his journey from this naive kid to being this, father of two child or whatever, right? And gone, I would say, it's kind of incomplete. So yeah, I agree on that. He still needs to mature. We never saw
yeah.
him like learn things. That's true.
Hmm. So this next one is I can't remember this guy's Eric, I think.
Yeah, okay. The next one is Edward Elric from
Edward.
Full Metal Alchemist, and the other one I don't know from Haikyuu.
Uh,
I believe his name
Hinata.
is Hinata.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one is going to be because I have seen Full Metal Alchemist, not all of it, but I've seen about 20 episodes or so,
Oh
and then
shit.
I am caught up. I finished Haikyuu, but I will say
Oh.
from with Haikyuu, I don't think I can give it to Hinata, but I want to. But I'm not sure because, well, actually, early on in Haikyuu, it wasn't just Hinata driving the story. Like, he was one of the main focuses, but then again, he had his whole team. When Hinata really became the main focus was closer to the end of Haikyuu. I'm not really gonna say too much about it, just in case y'all haven't seen it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But closer to the end, it really became about Hinata, and that's when I think he really shone as the main character. Like, he really, stepped into the main character role, and I really enjoyed it. It was very fun reading when it was mainly about Hinata. But with Edward in Fullmetal Alchemist, he is the main one. Him and his brother, him driving, the whole story to get his brother back or trying to get his brother back and everything like that. I think I'm gonna have to give it to Edward.
Oh, you're giving it to Edward?
I think it's going to be Edward then because I haven't seen Haikyuu, but I suspect
Me.
if I
Well,
had,
see,
I
the
would
only
say
reason why I'm giving it to Edward mainly is because what I've seen those 20 episodes, he seems to be, more of the better MC type person. And
Yeah.
if it continues the way those episodes were going, I think he will be the better MC. Because
I would
Hinata,
definitely say he does. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he does end up being like really good, but
okay.
again, I didn't watch Haikyuu, so I don't
Well,
know.
like I said, Haikyuu is more about a team. So even though Hinata was the main
Mm,
character, you see his growth and stuff. You still saw all these other characters as well, so it didn't feel as much
yeah,
about Hinata until the end of Haikyuu, closer to the end. And then it
Okay.
felt more about him. So that's when it really
alright,
became about him. But with Edward, it feels more about Edward and his growth and him being the MC throughout the whole thing.
hmm. Then yeah, I guess Edward wins.
But Haikyuu is
Edward, yeah.
really good. I do recommend Haikyuu to anyone who,
Yeah,
All right.
I've been dying to check it out. Just a matter of making the time.
Mm, same. All right. So
Okay.
the next one, I think, if you have actually watched both of the shows, you would know that both are kind of similar. Who like start with being these good guys and slowly turning into their shady ways. So one is Attack on Titan Eren, and the other one is from Death Note, Light Yagami.
This is actually a really good one. Like, because as you said, like they do have similar character arcs.
So
Yeah.
this one, I don't really think I have the biggest thing because I'm still catching up on Attack on Titan. I'm in like episode 3 of season 3. And Death Note, I've never seen. I've always heard these things. I've always wanted to check it out. I just never have because I'm always, checking out everything else. And then I hear about Death Note. I'm like, oh, I should
Mm,
check it out. And then I'm like, okay, I'll check it out after this series. And then never do. So
mm.
I don't know if I can
It's
say
pretty good.
much about it.
Mm.
So I'm going to
I
listen to
So yeah.
y'all explain the characters. So I think I should go last. I'm going to listen to you two. And then base my thing off that, kind of.
I'm
Oh,
gonna go
all
with
right.
um Eren only because I feel like it's just more interesting to see him because he changes so much as a character and like he goes through like so many different issues. Like it's just a constant like back and forth where like first they gotta save him because of this and he experiences this lesson and then they gotta save him for this and he has his perspective changed again and then uh now where we're at with the anime it's like it's the point of no return basically and so it's really cool to
Mm,
see him like grow because
yeah.
of like, all these different times he's had his he thinks he's got it figured out and then he has his perspective shattered and then now he's at where he's at so I'm gonna go with Aaron.
So I also want to ask you, did you actually only watch Attack on Titan, or did you even read it?
So I read it. I read Attack on Titan. I caught up.
Okay. And did you like watch the anime or no?
Yeah, I'm caught up with the anime too.
Oh, you did both.
Yeah, that's what I do with most when I can.
Ah, okay.
So wait, is Attack on
That's
Titan still going? Well, I know the anime is, but has like the manga finished?
Uh,
no. There's one chapter left, I think.
Oh,
the last chapter is supposed to come out
so do y'all think
in
the
like a
ending's
week or
going to
so.
be actually pretty good, or?
It could kind of go anywhere.
Yeah,
The last two chapters, I would say, have been kind of not divisive, but pretty typical of a great series. A lot of
yeah,
people like it, a lot of people hate it. But
yeah.
I don't even think anybody would say it was bad. I think at worst some people would say it's just kind of meh, which
Mm.
when you're talking about Attack on Titan becomes like bad. But in the
Okay.
grand scheme of things, the worst thing you could really say about it is that it's meh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's pretty much like everyone was expecting for a twist, and it just went like everybody, what they were thinking. So
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Where's the surprise?"
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes you get it, sometimes it just has to be the way it is. But yeah, I guess if one vote goes to Eren, then I should talk about Light a bit.
I mean, it's it's whatever you think. Like if it's another three vote like before,
I mean, if
it's
you're
another
picking
three vote.
Aaron, I'll just pick Light,
Yeah, I
cause
guess. No, I guess, yeah. I mean, I would agree that Eren does a little more than Light, because Light's whole thing, I guess, I won't spoil that much, but it's uh, typical to what Spider-Man's Light takes Spider-Man's advice a bit in a different way, where
He twists it.
Spider-Man says, like, with great powers comes great responsibility, and
his is great power
Light
comes great irresponsibility.
comes great ego.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
Yeah, so that's what happens to Light. But yeah, I guess we gotta go to the next ones, and the next one is Naruto from the show. Wait, I think I forgot the name Naruto is from.
Wasn't it called like Rock Lee or something?
No, I think it's called Boruto's dad.
I thought
Oh.
it was One Piece.
Oh, I guess you're right.
um.
Well, Naruto from Naruto, and Deku, right? Yeah, Deku from My Hero.
Are you sure it's not called Deku? I'm pretty sure it's
Wait,
called.
yeah, yes. It
Okay.
might be Deku. Yes.
Yeah, Deku from Deku.
Deku from Deku. Wait, I thought it was Deku from All Might or something.
Something like that.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
But where do you guys stand?
See
Okay,
this.
I'm gonna start, right? I'm gonna start. I just watched one season of My Hero, and I think Deku is pretty cool, but I wouldn't say one season Deku would be comparable to the whole show Naruto. So I would just vote for Naruto.
Okay. So I'm gonna go a little bit. See, this is. So I'm caught up on My Hero. I will say with My Hero at least, Deku I couldn't stand early on. I was like, okay, he's cool, but I don't like him. But he's not a bad guy. I just don't like how he did things. And so then you're watching him grow, and each time he's like growing, I'm like, he's growing on me, and then he does something stupid, and I'm like, Deku. And then now, within like the last like 3 chapters, Deku just completely, to me at least, blew my mind. I was not expecting him to do something like this. And he actually, it's something I was expecting him to do earlier on in the show. Just not to this extent. I was expecting him to like do something like this, show his growth, like him growing up, you know, and he didn't ever do it. And then now he's finally done it, and I'm like, I don't know. It's good to me because Deku. I wouldn't ever like. Always say Deku's terrible, bad character. But then when people ask me why I'm going, I always like he's a good character. I just don't like him, you know. And now it's like I still don't like him, but he's starting to grow on me. So I don't know. But then Naruto's also a good character. That's a tough one. Just because Deku has a little bit more to go, because he still has, this last final act, the final, portion of My Hero, because it's now in its final arc. I'm gonna have to give it to Naruto, because Deku can still has a little bit more to go, I feel. Even though he's come a long ways, I think he's got a little bit more to go.
This is a really tough one because I feel like they're really similar characters.
Yeah.
But I am going to go. I suspect that if My Hero was finished and we had seen a lot more from Deku, I might be giving it to Deku. But as it stands right now, although I like what I'm seeing from Deku right now, like I was talking about earlier, I have to give it to Naruto just because I feel like Naruto is like such the perfect embodiment of like what is a shonen protagonist. Like I feel like if you're going to pick any character to be like the textbook definition, I think it would be Naruto.
I agree.
I do too. Naruto's just a great MC. Really good.
You say Oda? Naruto. I said Oda. I was like, hold up.
Well, Oda's a great mangaka. He's a great MC.
Oda is a shonen protagonist for sure.
Oh, 100%. He's the best MC in Shonen Jump right now. Shonen Jump treats him like an MC. Then Oda, what are you gonna be doing? Here's a giant, like a big feast. Have y'all seen the like food he eats? He eats like he's in One Piece or something, like Luffy or Goku, just a bunch of meat.
Really?
Yeah, like I was watching this thing.
I didn't see that.
He has like a whole table full of nothing but a bunch of different types of meats.
Where did you see that?
It was him and like I think some of the like voice actors or something. I think it was like what's his name on Twitter? Soulstorm, I think. Him or someone else posted it. I was like, you know how Oda always blows his face out a lot in the photos, right, where you can't really see it. So you see like Oda with his face, like you can't really see his face, and then there's like it's him, one of his editors, and I think one of the voice actors. There's like 3 people there, and someone's like, the dude who wrote Luffy eats like he's Luffy, and it's just nothing but meat. Like a big table, and I'm like, man, this dude eats like he's a shonen protagonist. Just a bunch of food.
That's nice.
Yeah. It'd be great to, he really is an MC. Dude, yeah, no, I'd gladly eat with Oda. You can sit down and talk.
Yeah. The only thing is, he doesn't speak English and you don't speak Japanese.
Oh, I'd learn Japanese in a heartbeat. Damn, you got 1 month to learn Japanese, and you're gonna have a dinner with Oda. I'd spend all day, every day, just researching Japanese. To at least hold a basic conversation and say what I wanted to ask. It'd be a lot of stuff relating to One Piece. I wouldn't ever ask like what is the One Piece, but I'd ask him about the old generation a lot. Like what happened with rocks, or what about like white building them?
Yeah. Well, let's get to the next bracket where I guess this one is okay. First one is Rurouni Kenshin from Fist of the North Star, right?
Yeah. No. From that's the name of the show. The character is just named Kenshin, I'm pretty sure.
Hold on, wait, y'all lost me. Are they both named Kenshin?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
I thought you were talking about like Rurouni Kenshin from the bottom. I was like, wait, what are you talking
No,
about?
no, this is Rurouni Kenshin Himura. This is not the Fist of the North Star guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. But him versus Jojo. So I chose Joseph because I just watched first four, and I think I like Joseph the most. But you can choose any Jojo you want.
No, I'll go with Joseph. I think that's fair.
All right.
Um, I've not seen Kenshin. I know a lot of people like Kenshin.
Mm.
Um, so I guess my vote goes with Joseph.
All right.
Mm. So
And
with mine,
yeah,
I've
you.
only read part one of JoJo's, so I only know about Jonathan, and I like
Yeah, you
Jonathan
can
a
choose
lot.
Jonathan. Yeah.
I like Jonathan a lot as a character, but I'd have to go with Kenshin because I've read all of
Mm.
Kenshin, and I love the way it's pretty much all is about Kenshin, you
Yeah.
know, and just his story. Because first, you're like, oh, this is how he is, and then you start seeing more and more, and he starts going from the dude you see him as, and you slowly see him start, you see both sides of him, the good and the bad, and
Mm.
you're like, okay,
Yeah.
and you see his struggle with you get to see everything about him, his past, how he became the man he is, and he's still young. He's like 29, but you get to see everything he did from like a kid, all the to like
Yeah.
where he is now, and just his seeing like because he doesn't really grow. He does grow as a character, but not really. It's pretty much he's already there, but you get to know more about him, like how he got to that point.
Mm.
Is what I like so much.
All right. So you're voting
I'm
Kenshin,
gonna go
right?
Kenshin.
All right. So Joseph, I like his story, and he's pretty funny. He's like I think compared to at least the other three from the first four parts, I would say he is probably the most like I guess likable, or I don't know. He's just pretty funny, badass, everything. He's like he's what do you call like
He's like
a
crafty.
pretty, yeah, he's crafty. He's everything you could find in a pretty good funny shonen protagonist, right? But Kenshin, I would say like his journey, because the whole story is about just this man's journey, right? So I think he just has a lot more to go, I think, so yeah, I mean, did both neither of you watched, or sorry, read Vagabond, right?
No.
No. Well, I read a little bit, but no, not much. And
uh,
Eden's, if you won't, if you're not busy, hop in the call. I don't know if he's still.
oh.
Yeah. He hopped into the chat. He was like, he was just talking. He said, we're messed up for putting Edward against Aaron. But
Dude, Eden, I thought, you would come here, and you weren't here, so
he said, the
come on.
end. He said, he thinks that like conference finals is going to end up being Yuji and Naruto and Yusuke and
Yo, yo,
Aaron.
yo. Forget about the finals. Is he joining now or no?
I don't know. I think he hopped out of the. I don't know if he's still on in the chat. I'll
uh,
message him on Discord real quick.
yeah, message him on Discord. I'll just,
But yeah,
talk
no,
about
yeah.
Kenshin.
Can continue with the thing.
But yeah, I mean, okay, you guys didn't read Vagabond either, so I would just say, Vagabond, like the main character story, if anybody who's watching like that, and it's basically about this guy who's searching the meaning of being strong. He's just this wild formidable dude, but not the strongest by any means. So he's just searching this thing about what it means to be strong, and Kenshin is exactly the opposite. he's the strongest, but he's trying to, trying to survive in this world which where the conflict has been resolved, and he just wants to be this normal dude, and he can't because of his past. So I would say Kenshin has a lot more going on for himself, so I would vote for Kenshin. uh, did I cut out?
Okay.
Hello?
No, no, no. I
No,
was.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
it sounds
okay.
like
Hmm.
All right.
so. Wait, I voted for Joseph. You voted for Kenshin. Um,
Yeah,
And I
he
well,
also
voted
was
for
that
voted for
Kenshin as
Kenshin.
well.
Yeah.
okay? So it looks like it's Kenshin.
Okay.
Yeah, it is Kenshin.
Sweet.
So is Aiden coming or no? Shall we
Uh,
continue?
no, no, no. Let's continue. I don't think he's coming right now. I told him. I
All
said,
right, all right.
whenever he's not busy, just hop in.
All right. Now, the next two, I think, at least to me, people don't mention this a lot, but at least to me, these two protagonists and the shows as well are pretty similar, and that's, you know, Ichigo from Bleach and what's his name? Itadori, Yuji Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen.
This is a toughie because again, I feel like they're not like identical, but they're both.
Put in a similar situation, I guess.
Would I say?
So
Would you
you
guys say?
caught up
Would you guys
to
say? I'm caught up on
Jujutsu?
both. I'm
Okay,
caught up
I
on
was just
all of
wondering if
them.
he was caught up on Jujutsu or if he was anime only.
Uh,
No, I'm caught up on everything.
Okay.
uh,
Would you guys say Yuji is kind of passive because he doesn't really
yeah,
lead? He doesn't really make the decisions.
I
He
would.
sort of just.
yeah.
What do you think?
I'd
I
say this
agree. I
one's so
think.
hard because I feel like they're super similar. Yuji and uh oh my god,
Ichigo.
Ichigo. I was
There
about
you
to
go.
say Itadori, but I said no, that's Yuji's last name. What is Ichigo? Okay, Yuji and Ichigo. I feel like they're very similar, but I feel Yuji like he gets to the from what we've seen so far, he's been getting this development to where now he's slowly starting to realize like, hey, I gotta do these things. He gets put in these situations like you were saying by other people a lot more than him just going out and seeking it or by his own choice.
Mm,
So
Mm.
I agree. They both are similar, but I don't know who'd be. Mm,
Well, because I feel like Yuji is being set up to be a lot like Ichigo.
yeah.
Excuse
yes.
me. In terms of like a lot of the story around him is him really just finding out who he is. Whereas, like, I think Bleach, it was a little more like explicit, like, this is what we're doing. Ichigo is looking inside himself. But with Yuji, it's a little more in the background. That's kind of what they're doing. But I mean, it's
Mm,
all very similar. Like, for example, it's a mystery what the deal is with Yuji's parents. I don't want
yeah.
to say anything more about that, but I mean, that was a big deal with Ichigo.
Yeah,
Like his
I
parents.
mean, we're all caught up here, but yeah, again,
Yeah.
if anybody's who's like watching the anime and they're like, "Oh, these guys just spoiled it to me," so yeah,
No, right.
we'll not. Yeah,
I'm trying hard not to spoil
No,
anyone.
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I understand. I'm trying. Um.
yeah.
Mm, this is a tough one. I really don't
But
know.
I think even like without spoiling, I think even the parent situation, even with Ichigo, there was, like who's his mom, and like, later on it became kind of important and stuff.
Or even with,
So,
I feel like Yuji's parents are a lot like Ichigo's parents. Well, Yuji's parents are important to who he is, and like how he is
Hmm.
like he is, and then Ichigo's parents were very important to who Ichigo is and how he is
Yeah.
like he is. And it's one
Yeah.
of them things like they're so similar, but I don't. I want to give it to Yuji because I feel like with um Gigi, or I don't really know how to say. I'd
Yeah.
say
Yeah. Yeah. GG. It's
Gigi.
fine.
Okay, so with Gigi, I feel like they do a very good job at. Well, Gigi has done a very good job at pretty much taking these tropes and making them putting like their own putting a twist to them to make it his own or is
No,
it?
yeah, for sure.
And so I
Mm.
feel like with Yuji's a lot like Ichigo, but I feel like what we've seen Yuji do is like a more developed, it's like a more enhanced Ichigo in a sense, in my belief. So I'd have to give it to Yuji, but it's hard. I don't know, they're so similar. But I think I'm gonna have to give it to
Oh.
Yuji.
Fiend, what do
All
you think?
right. Am I next? Well, when I chose this one, I knew this was gonna be hard. Uh, shit. I don't know. I mean, just like you guys mentioned, they're pretty similar in many ways, and we've seen a lot more from Ichigo, and oh shit, man. I guess I'll give it to Ichigo because we've seen him, I guess, grow from his not mistakes, but his experiences and stuff. Whereas, uh, fuck, what's his name?
Yuji.
Yuji.
Itadori, Yuji, yes. Yuji, I mean, he had these experiences and stuff, but
But he's still growing.
I,
Like you can
yeah,
see how
yeah, like,
like that's like with me. I see how the experience are changing him right now, like how he's reacting to them. And so I said I'm
yeah,
giving it to Yuji because you can tell. I'm kind of going based off like how he is right now is very similar to Ichigo, but the
yeah,
experiences he has, you can see it changing. So I feel like within this next arc, he's going to change and become like Ichigo, but
yeah.
better. So that's why I'm giving it to
Yeah,
Yuji.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, if he gets better, then in the future, maybe when we do part two of this, I would vote for Yuji. But now I would say I'm gonna vote for Bleachigo. I mean, yeah,
Bleach you
Ichigo,
go.
Ichigo.
I
Eh,
like
close,
that.
close enough, you know.
Yeah,
That's funny.
But yeah, no, that was probably the hardest one on though, actually,
Yeah, I would say so.
just
A
because
lot
they're
of these are
so
tough.
similar. Like,
I think it makes up for the
oh yeah,
next one being so easy.
yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll explain why I chose the next one.
The
Go
next one's
for it.
super easy. So
Yeah,
wait, do
but
y'all have?
OG, you didn't vote.
You didn't hear what he said?
Oh, that's right.
He said he's going for.
I'm gonna go with. mm, I'm gonna go with Ichigo. I'm going with
Ichigo.
my
All
gut
right,
on this one.
all right.
Okay.
Ichigo wins.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, Eden's is gonna be pissed.
Oh,
Hey,
Eden's? It's
Y-
your mistake for being late.
Yep.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one. This one's super
All right.
easy.
So
So I'm
the
glad
next one,
we got to
the
this.
next one, the reason I chose this was because, of course, both of them are, super awesome. And you see the similarities between them is one wears a cap and other wears a hat. So, that's like
That's
a,
funny.
a
So
match made in heaven. So.
this one
Yeah.
was easy
So
for me.
yeah,
Um,
I guess I should mention to the guys who are only listening, right? One is, of course, Luffy from One Piece, and the other one is, the best ever. Ash Ketchum from Pokemon.
All right,
So
so I think we can get this one out of the way. Does anyone want to vote Ash? Not that he's a bad character, but does any nobody,
okay,
right?
so we're talking Ash from like the first 3 seasons or
It can
Ash
be it can
overall?
be any Ash you
No,
want.
yeah. Any Ash you
Hmm.
want.
Now I think Ash first 3 seasons is giving Luffy a run for his money. I mean,
That's cap.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
he's got
exactly what Ash is wearing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, just everything about him. I mean, let's see Luffy go and train these Pokemon like Ash does, and give them this care and attention.
Hey, didn't he do in those islands in those 2 years? He did the same, and I think he did better than Ash.
I think it would have been better if you was talking about like the dugong things, the little like in Alabasta when he became the master.
Alabasta, yeah.
Yeah.
Even that was better.
That's what I thought you was gonna talk about. That would have been better to mention. That was
Yeah,
still
this
one of the.
one, I just chose because
The hat.
wanted to
Yeah.
make fun of Ash a bit.
Well, that's what made Luffy's. I loved pre-time skip because of the comedy. Like I love Alabasta. Just seeing like those guys are ferocious, and then you just see Luffy training them. Him, ah,
Mm.
ah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But the worst thing I think from Pokemon that the child me was pretty mad about was like, you know, there were all these different Pokemon that could, grow and stuff, and at the end of the day, the one to take it all was always gonna be Pikachu. And
Yep,
I was like, ah shit.
I wasn't a
I
fan of that.
hated that Pikachu a lot as a
Well, that's like
kid.
every time someone mentions Pikachu, they're like, "Oh, Pikachu's the best," and I'm like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah, my Pikachu's." They're like, "Pikachu's godly." I said, "No, no, no." I said, rephrase that. Ash's Pikachu is the best. I said, "Your
Right,
Yep.
exactly.
Pikachu is not. You just got a basic Pikachu." And they're like, "No,
Yep.
they'd always get mad. Them, no, my Pikachu's just like Ash's. No, no, I refuse. If there's that many Pikachu's like Ash's, then there's no point in having other Pokemon."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyways, Luffy beats Ash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Because,
Luffy
yeah.
definitely beats Ash, and yeah, so
Wait,
we're
is
getting
that
to
Luffy
the.
right there? Is that Luffy in the picture? You can't really see his face. It's kind of like silhouetted. You can see like the bottom half.
definitely Luffy.
That's Luffy, yes.
Possibly Naruto.
I mean, it could be, Gold Roger or Shanks,
It could be. Could be
Yeah.
Joy
Yeah,
Boy.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
Because
it could be Joy Boy,
you only
yes.
see the bottom half. I mean, you got the top
Wait a
half
minute, wait
silhouetted.
a minute. You know what? It could also be Donkey D. Chufi from Two Piece.
Ha ha
Yeah.
ha.
Anyways,
Yeah. Well,
this
coming to the next arc is, of course, the previous winner, Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho, and Goku from Dragon Ball.
I don't want to be the first one going here, so I'm giving it to you, Fiend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll
Oh
start it
well.
off. I think it goes to Goku. Bam.
Oh yeah. You haven't watched Yu Yu Hakusho, yes?
There you go. So now you guys got to figure it out. Is Goku gonna win?
That's
All
why I didn't
right.
want to go first.
Well, I would say I like Goku a lot, and his journey in Dragon Ball is pretty awesome. In Dragon Ball, I guess yes, it is awesome, but I prefer Dragon Ball. Oh, sorry, in Dragon Ball Z is also good, but I prefer Dragon Ball a lot more than Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
But I would say, what?
No, I said okay.
Uh, what do you think? Do you like Dragon Ball Z better than Dragon Ball, or?
I mean, they're both good, but I like I probably like Dragon Ball Z better.
I mean, I'd have to go with GT.
Oh. GT. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, I do like Dragon Ball Z as well, but I like the aspect of adventure in Dragon Ball more because Dragon Ball Z was more, battle based than adventure.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, yeah, but I would say both are good. But yeah, now we're not talking about the show, we're talking about Goku. And
right.
well, I would say, I got a word for Yusuke because I think his journey from start to the end is pretty good. And both of you haven't gotten to the end, so I won't say what's the end, but yeah, I would say his journey is pretty good. The lessons he learned and his like perspective on everything is like pretty good.
All right, so it looks like the tiebreaker. What is it?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so do I want to, mess with Shonen by picking Yusuke or mess with Fiend by picking Goku?
I will
I'm
respect it
joking.
either way.
Um,
Yeah, I mean,
for me at least, like I said before, with Goku, I think he's a good MC, but I consider him more as the father of Shonen MCs. The one who laid out the path. So I feel like a lot of the ones that came after him. Well, okay, when I say a lot, I feel like the ones that came after him, a handful did surpass him. In a sense, there was some that surpassed Go. Oh, that'd be a good way to put it. There was some, a handful that surpassed him and were better MCs. Just like, there were shows that surpassed Dragon Ball as better shows. Not saying, Dragon Ball is bad, but I'm going to have to give it to Yusuke because I feel like he was one of them that surpassed Goku as a better MC. Because I think not Toyama, Tagashi, took the things he saw from Dragon Ball, from Goku, and these scenarios, and he just used them to make Yusuke such a good character.
Right.
mm. Yeah, I wouldn't say Yusuke is similar to Goku. I would
Well,
say
no, but I'm
Yusuke is
saying
similar to more like,
he does have some of the characteristics though.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Like you look at the characteristics because that's what a lot of them did. Like if you look at Luffy, would you say Luffy's like Goku?
Yeah.
You would, okay. I mean, that's a young Goku,
Yeah.
not really Goku when he gets. Well, I don't know,
Oh
kind of
well,
Goku when he's older.
no, because
No,
Goku
cause no, like
Goku
then
is
I had to
pretty
think about
naive
it.
even in his old
I
age.
had
So
to no, I had to think
yeah,
about that
that
as
is
well.
true.
I was like, wait, actually,
Yeah.
let me think about that. I was like, no, yeah, he
No, I
actually,
would say Goku. No, I would say Goku is a pretty good role model to like the Naruto, One Piece, My Hero kind of anime,
yeah,
and Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho. These are kind of different a bit,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree.
whatever. You voted for who?
Yusuke, Yusuke. Well, no, because I
All
was thinking
right.
about because
Yusuke.
even when watching like Yu Yu Hakusho, I can see the similarities between Yu Yu Hakusho and like Dragon Ball.
No, the shows,
But
yes. The main character, I wouldn't agree. But yeah,
no.
well,
Well,
it's,
I was thinking about it because like with Goku, I wasn't like thinking. I was saying like certain things. Like you can take certain aspects and change them. You don't have to use every single one. Even if you just take one
no, I get
aspect.
that. I get that. Yeah.
All right,
But
Hmm.
so we have
Who's
yeah,
this next one? We
we
got
have
yeah. The next one is Edward Elric from Full Metal and Eren from Attack on Titan.
all
so
right, so I'm gonna jump in on this. I'm gonna say
okay.
it
Yeah.
is Edward Elric.
Oh.
All right. All right.
Huh.
You're not gonna vote for the best MC ever according to Twitter, I guess.
According to Twitter, according to
Yeah.
everyone with their Twitter college degrees.
Hey, I got a
Yep.
Twitter college degree. Okay, I worked hard for that. That was a good 5 days of
I
nothing but
just
typing.
I just think Elric is a better protagonist.
Hmm. And you,
You talking to
Lou?
me? Oh,
Yeah.
just because I've seen more of Attack on Titan, I'd have to
Hmm.
go with Aaron.
Looks like we need the tiebreaker.
Oh, this is so hard. And if I said this is so hard, I would be lying because I think for me this is pretty easy. Edward wins.
Oh snap!
You don't know what you're
All right.
talking about,
Because
Fiend.
because Edward is like, I mean, it's kind of cliche to say, Full Metal is, one of the best because like everywhere you go, I mean, not now, but a few years ago, everywhere you go, you see that Full Metal is the best. So it's definitely not underrated, but nowadays we don't see as much about Full Metal because I think the newer shows like made people forget about it. But yeah, Edward is pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. All right. The next one is Naruto from Boruto's dad and
And
Kenshin from Kenshin.
Vagabond. Oh.
Yeah, Vagabond.
I'm
um.
interested to see what you guys think. Obviously, I'm going to go with Naruto.
Hmm. All right, Lou.
I like both. um. Can I go with like Kenshin Uzumaki? I mean, can I just get a mixture? I don't see
You
that's
can
one of
if
them.
you
That's
want.
like I like Naruto a lot, but then after reading Kenshin, I see why I like Kenshin because I like the way his persona, the way he acts. But
Hmm.
if we're just going by MCs, I'd have to give it to Naruto, even though I like Kenshin a lot. I
Hmm.
have to give it to Naruto. Fiend.
Uh,
I mean, I
so
feel like
Naruto,
everyone, unfortunately.
yeah, Naruto wins anyway,
Well, you never know. I
but
mean, Fiend could pull that master two piece.
no, but yeah, I would say like Kenshin's journey is pretty good. Uh, but sometimes it feels like Kenshin never learns. He goes through the same shit again and again and again. So it feels like, dude, like if you're getting into problems because of this thing and you know this thing, then maybe change that. So like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I
Well,
didn't finish Kenshin. I didn't get to the last arc. So I don't know. Maybe he
look,
changes by the end, but at least
he.
until like the second
I
last
know.
arc,
I will
he
say he never changes, and the reason why he never
see.
changes is because he knows if he changes that thing that keeps getting him in trouble, then he goes back to the man he used to be, and he doesn't
No,
want to
no,
go
no,
back.
no, no. See, that's the thing, right? Like,
We were talking about the same thing, right, Fiend?
no, no, no. We are talking about the same thing. I understand what you're saying, but the thing is, like, if neither of those are working, then you should think of the third thing. You
No,
just
he
shouldn't
does.
be like,
He figures that out in the last arc.
yeah, I guess I didn't watch the
Like,
last
and
arc,
and the
so
last arc also
yeah.
explains why he doesn't do that one thing, like why he doesn't want to go back to who he used to be. Because you get to see all
No,
of
no,
this
I
stuff, and
I
it's like,
know
wait,
why that
what?
is. I know why that is. Like I have read like a part of the last arc, so I kind of know. But yeah, whatever. I guess I'm voting for Naruto as well. So yeah,
Oh, you're just hopping on the
Kenshin
bandwagon.
loses. Yeah, I was just, I didn't want to seem like the only guy.
Oh, this next
But
one's
of
going to be
course, yeah,
tough.
the next one is, of course, uh, this looks like Nami from One Piece versus Luffy from One Piece.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I think I'm gonna have to go with Nami.
Yeah,
No.
so Ichigo versus Luffy.
So, mm, as much as I like Ichigo, I mean, with Ichigo, the only reason why I'm not going to pick Ichigo is
Hmm.
because he's a good character, but the main thing with him is, you see, he's pretty much the same throughout the whole. Well, okay, when I say the same, it's very similar to the whole, hey, I gotta help my friends, let me go do this, or, you know,
Well,
you
the
get what I'm
problem
saying.
is he's a passive protagonist,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah,
it's
And
yeah,
Luffy's
constantly
a
like
very,
the world
like,
needs to act on him.
yes.
yeah,
And it's a lot different if you're using someone like, Luffy, to where he does things and he's like, okay, here we go. Um, this isn't how it's going to be type stuff. This is
mm,
like he tries to change how things are, which Ichigo does too. Ichigo, does, but he isn't the one who like tries to create the change. Normally, it's brought upon by his friends or something. While
yeah,
Luffy is the one, he will force the change to come to him if he doesn't
yeah.
like it.
Ichigo doesn't fight Kenpachi because he loves it. Ichigo fights Kenpachi because Kenpachi loves it.
Yep, and he's like, I
Right.
gotta fight,
Yeah,
because if he didn't
yeah,
fight, you know,
yeah,
he loses a friend, and he's like, I'm not going to lose a friend.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's why I gotta go with Luffy.
oh, you said Luffy,
Luffy,
the orange-haired Luffy, or the one with the hat?
the straw hat.
Okay,
Straw Hat Luffy. Yeah, I mean, I think you guys said it.
so Luffy.
So, yeah, Luffy, I think, pretty much washes Ichigo, even if he's kind of cool.
Mm. Wow, I
So,
was
yeah,
not
I
expecting
guess.
this.
I mean, coming to the semi-finals, it's Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho versus Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. So, what are you guys voting for?
I'm voting for Ed. I feel like it's gotta be said. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it.
I'm voting for Urameshi.
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker. Oh my shit. Okay, so these two are pretty similar.
Fiend, get the coin out. Get ready to flip.
Dude, really, these two are pretty similar. Even the lessons they learn and are kind of similar. So it's like, damn. Even by the end, uh, I guess only the end result, I would say Edward comes to kind of a different thing, and Yusuke, yeah, both of their end results are kind of different, but everything else, I would say, they went through is pretty similar. And some parts, yeah, oh shit. I mean, and one of you didn't watch Yu Yu Hakusho, so I can't spoil
And I
either of.
didn't watch
And
Full Metal, so Fiend's like,
I,
oh man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm
It's really
kind of debating in my head
weird.
right now because it's like they're pretty similar. I really like don't know what to vote for. Damn.
I mean,
Uh,
Just
one that
go
you think is
vote with
better
your
written.
heart, you know.
Do you think there's one that is a better protagonist?
Is the
I
one,
mean,
if you had to choose, between one or the other, and you was like, I have to pick, one to fight with me, or one I can like, if I had to like have somebody in a
no,
story,
I
I would
mean,
pick this person.
look, uh, if you look at like how they affect the story, Oh shit, man. Even that's similar. Fuck. Uh, all right. I mean,
Who do you like better? You can be
okay,
subjective.
yeah. Who do I like better? you know, okay, even that's tough, but I guess I would. Yeah. Okay, this is really tough, but I would go for Edward.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, because uh, okay, only by one reason, because I think they're pretty similar and I like them both equally, but I would say the ending, like where they get to, I think Edward got to that position a little better than Yusuke.
So you just don't like Yusuke because I don't know. I was trying
I
to
mean,
think.
to be honest, like by the end of Yu Yu Hakusho, Togashi started getting sick, so he had to actually rush it.
He got sick during Yu Yu Hakusho. How long has this dude been sick?
Yeah,
How
he has been sick for a long time. So by the end of Yu Yu Hakusho, kinda he got kind of sick. So the last arc was pretty like it was kind of rushed. So the ending, you would say like it's yeah. So
mm.
only because of that, I would vote for Edward. But otherwise, I think they're pretty similar. But yeah, I like Edward a little more than Yusuke. So yeah, Edward
Then
wins.
in that case, what are we at now? Is it Naruto?
Yeah.
It's the
Yes.
Oh my
two
goodness.
That
contenders of the big three.
yeah, I mean two of the
Favorite.
big three.
Mm.
I mean some people even would say the two bigger big three.
I
You
mean,
know?
hey,
Oh no, it's.
we don't gotta be mean about it.
Oh, I thought he was being honest too.
Uh,
I mean, well,
this is a toughie
that's not a
because
lie.
they are well with Naruto and Luffy. They are different characters. They're like different kinds of characters. Luffy is a
Yes.
lot more static. Like he does change as a character, but he's definitely a lot more static than
Yeah.
Naruto.
Yep. Well, I agree. Luffy is one of them. If you want someone who's gonna be like very similar, like who you can, I don't know. That's why I like Luffy is because he's kind of very static. I
You
like
know what?
that.
Screw it. I'm gonna push the One Piece agenda. I'm going with Luffy.
Ooh, he said Loof.
We got to go with the agenda. I'm going with Luffy.
Okay, okay, okay.
All right.
If
All right,
one
Lou.
if one here talking about agendas, then I'm gonna have to push the Uzumaki. The Straw Hat Uzumaki. So,
Mm.
hmm.
Fair, respectable, disappointing, but I can respect it.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Luffy for this one.
Uh, Interesting turn of events.
You're like, wait, what?
And yeah, and I like Naruto a lot,
But
but uh, at least to me, I think yeah, Luffy.
he ain't gonna be the
Yeah,
Pirate King. I can tell you
yeah,
that.
Hey, he was
yeah, exactly.
Hokage. Which one's better, Hokage or Pirate League?
Oh, Pirate King easily.
Yeah,
Let me
that's
ask you
pretty.
this. Let me ask you this.
I mean,
Do,
I mean,
does,
Yeah, but
if
hold
you
on,
the
hold on, hold on. I'm
Hokage
gonna
gets
make it
that cool ass
hold on, hold on,
outfit.
hold on. I'm gonna make it real simple for you. Ready? Does the Pirate King have to do paperwork?
no,
Bam! I just solved it for you.
Well, you
exactly.
could have just said, does the does the Pirate King have to sit in a building all day? No, he gets to ride around on a ship.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, dude, if you watch, I mean, I don't watch Boruto, but if you've seen a few clips here
That's
and
all
there,
it is
yeah,
paperwork.
But I
yeah,
mean,
exactly. Even Naruto himself says like, "Damn, Hokage sucks."
yeah, but I mean, have y'all seen the outfit?
It's not even an outfit. It's one cape.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
cool.
And
When you see that cape show up, you're like, oh shit.
Okay,
Dude,
but
Roger's Captain Jacket is much better.
I was just about to
Yeah,
say
but see, not
Captain
everybody
Jacket
gets
and
that
a
captain
pirate
jacket.
hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Hokage hat isn't even a ninja hat. That's just a made up thing they put on their
Well,
head.
see, I will say if Luffy was this cape he's wearing in Wano for the rest of the series, 100% Power King.
That's what I'm saying.
But if he goes back to wearing that shitty outfit he wears, with the little vest, no. I want the
Dude,
cape.
I'm not even
those
gonna
are summer clothes, man. Those are summer clothes.
I want
He
that
feels
cape.
hot on that
I want to
ship.
see. I want to see like Luffy running up with the cape fluttering in the back. I want. I want that.
But what I'm hearing is it sounds like pretty clear across the board, Luffy.
Oh yes, Luffy already won.
So then
Right
it
now we're
looks
just
like
talking
it's
about
down.
we're talking about the aesthetics, like how.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we got to the finals, man. This has been pretty quick. Like, I mean, how long are we streaming for? Like,
I think almost an hour.
Yeah.
oh, all
Yeah.
right, all right. That's pretty good.
Yeah, we've been streaming for like 40 minutes, 30
Yeah.
something minutes.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty fun.
Well, because we've
for
had
sure.
pretty much the same understanding with a lot of them. It's been fairly
Yeah, yeah. I
consistent.
think most of the votes, all three of us were like, yeah, we agree.
I
Yeah.
think the toughest one was Ichigo and Yuji.
Yeah, that one was really tough. What was
Oh,
was the
for
like
me, for me, the toughest was Yusuke and Edward.
Yusuke and Aaron?
Fair.
Yeah, for you both, of course, you didn't watch one of those, so Yeah, but of course, now we get to the finale where it's
Now this
Edward
is all or
Elric for
nothing.
the for the newer audience who forgot Full Metal was a thing. Edward Elric versus One Piece. I mean Luffy
Versus One
from One
Piece.
Piece.
So like when you say One Piece, are we including the entire cast? Like do I have to throw Zoro in there and stuff? Because if I do, I don't think he's winning. Like are we throwing
Yeah,
like
Edward versus Whitebeard.
like who you like more? Battle MC Whitebeard or Edward? I'm
Well, Lou, I think you should start.
Oh, you want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen One Piece and haven't seen all of Full Metal, I will have to go with. I'm gonna have to go with Luffy, just because Luffy's one of my favorite characters when it comes to his whole story. I love the whole freedom, how he's like, everyone's like, oh, he's stagnant, but I love the idea of freedom. It's what got me into One Piece. It's why I've stuck with it for so long. I love the idea of, you gotta to achieve your goal. I just want freedom. So I'm stuck with Luffy's just, he's my ideal MC. If I had to pick an MC, it'd be Luffy.
And OG.
I'm gonna go with the agenda and go with Luffy, but also, I feel like Luffy is just a better protagonist. You could maybe make the argument that Ed is a better character, like a better written character, but I think Luffy is the better protagonist. So that's my reasoning.
Oh shit! I thought, okay. Well, I guess I don't
This
have
just sounds
anything
like a
else to
bunch of
say because
One Piece fanboys, just sucking Luffy's dick.
yeah.
Way to put it.
Like, oh my god, Luffy's.
Hey, maybe we should have gotten somebody like
Zoro.
I don't know.
You should have gotten someone that absolutely despises One Piece. You know what you should have done to make this more fair and equal? You should have put Senku in here.
The only reason I didn't put him is because you're the only one who watched Doctor Stone.
No,
to be
no.
fair, hold on. Wait a minute. To be fair, you're the only one that's watched Do You Hakusho.
That is.
Oh shit, that is true.
I was gonna say
Oh my
I've
god.
seen a little bit of Doctor Stone. Watched like 10 episodes.
No, I mean, dude, Atlas and what's his name? Eden. Those two were supposed to come, and those were the guys who knew stuff about stuff, and those guys bailed on us, so, blame them.
They had lives, you know.
I mean, do they do though? I mean, Eden's was literally like in the chat.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
hopped in the.
Eden. I mean, Atlas, yeah, he's been busy because he just had a
Yeah,
kid,
he
so
well he
yeah,
hasn't.
he's
He's
been
got a
busy.
kid on the way, so
Like
it's
any
when.
good
Uh,
shonen protagonist.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
he's got to get everything ready for that kid, and I'm not upset.
No.
Got to do what you got to do for the kid.
Yep. But yeah, getting to this, I guess this isn't even a tiebreaker, and I'm of course gonna vote for Luffy because, yeah, I agree. He's just, in my opinion, he's one of the best protagonists ever. Like,
Mm.
even if you talk about other, like, TV shows, games, or anything, like he's a pretty good written protagonist. Like, people say, like, oh, he never grows, but that's the thing, right? Like, Luffy's story is, I mean, typical protagonist story is like they're affected by the world and they learn from the world, but Luffy is like he affects the world and the world learns from him. So it's like,
Well, no, not just that. When
when
stuff happens to him, he takes it, but he doesn't let it change his character. But it does
yeah,
change him to where he sees that and he's like, I don't want it to happen again. But it's not going to
yeah,
change him. He's always going to be
yeah,
he's the embodiment of freedom. That's why I like him so much. He's
yeah, I
free.
mean, Luffy is the guy. I mean, when you're depressed and you don't know what to do, Luffy is the guy you want in your corner.
Yeah, no, like this one. Like I said, when I found One Piece, I was at a time to where I was, more down and everything.
Yeah,
So I was more depressed. And I watch it and I see like Luffy and he's talking about freedom, and I was like, freedom. So I don't know. It's
yeah,
Luffy's the one. He's just that guy. I mean, what do you say about that guy,
yeah,
Luffy? It's
yeah.
Luffy, man. I mean,
Of course it is Luffy. I mean, look at that straw hat. That's even cooler than Ash's cap.
Exactly.
well, I mean, when you have a dude who literally comes up and says, "Hey, I don't care, who you are, your family," I mean, that says it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, I think that's like, the main one of the main aspects of One Piece that not a lot of people like mention is that One Piece pushes a lot of, uh, I guess, agenda or philosophy of, like, bonds are thicker than blood kind of thing.
Well, I mean, look at
That's
Ace.
why.
Ace is the best thing to do. Ace wasn't blood at all.
Yeah, it's not just Ace, right? It's like it's
Zoro,
the same
Nami,
story of
Usopp,
Ace, yeah, Nami,
Sabo.
also everybody. Like, even Frankie, Brooke, everyone. Like, there are, like, who is a good family? Like, I don't know, maybe the Fishmen people. Yeah, they're kind of a good family. But other than those, like, everyone's bond is more like with others compared to their family members or whatever. So that aspect of One Piece is pretty, like, yeah, it's well established. Like, it's not about who you are born as. It's about, like, what you do with your life later on, like what bonds you make later on.
Exactly. Like you
Yeah.
can, like Frankie. Frankie was a gangster, and then look at him now. He's on the Pirate
I
King's
mean,
crew.
Frankie Gangster was kind of a,
Yeah. Or look
yeah,
at
because he already was his family. He was just pretending to be there.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyways,
Or
Luffy wins.
why does Luffy always win?
I mean, it's kind of what he does.
Yeah.
or or just like look at how Luffy affects the people around him though, like Katakuri, let me think of some other ones. Category Crocodile. We like
Mhm.
Crocodile. He affected Crocodile without anyone really even noticing.
Yeah,
Or
I think people mention Katakuri a lot. That he changed Katakuri, he made Katakuri respect him. But I think the more impressive one is actually Crocodile,
yeah,
because Katakuri was a good guy through and through. Just because his mom was a bad guy, he was in the team of the bad guy, but he was a good guy. But Crocodile, he he changed. I guess he changed back to his original self, which he lost because of his loss against Whitebeard. And we probably will see something more from Crocodile because he's been pretty active in the backstory and stuff. Like, what do you call those? Front pages? No,
no,
cover
couple
story.
pages. Yeah, cover
Cover story.
stories.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess What do you think about that, Shonen? Like, Crocodile, is he gonna be important or no?
Um, I think so. I mean, I don't think Oda would go to the trouble of like showing him setting
Yeah.
himself up to go to the new world if I didn't think he was going to be
All right.
important. I think he's going to have some role.
All
Like
right.
Crocodile is gonna be. Crocodile is one of my favorite characters, all because of like
Hmm.
Impel Down solidified it for me. Because
Yeah.
when you see him, the way he is, because in Alabasta I was like, this dude's cool, I'd like to see more of him. Then Impel Down comes, and you see how he is, and he just goes crazy. And I was like,
Yeah.
this dude is now. I like him. Like everyone talks about Doflamingo. To me, Crocodile is what Doflamingo like. What Doflamingo is to everyone, that's Crocodile to me.
No, yeah. It's like we got a lot more from Crocodile, right? So it's just the thing is, Doflamingo was pretty fresh. Crocodile, we've seen like years ago. So it's like he just needs to come back, and people would be like, oh, he's awesome again. But yeah, I mean, how long has it been? Shall
Um,
we like end it
oh yeah,
or?
we can go ahead and end it if y'all want.
Yeah.
So we'll be going from this. Uploading
Yeah,
this.
promote
And
our next
also, we're
video,
gonna have
man.
another video we're doing. It's the beginning of a new series. Controversial takes. But what's the name of the series gonna be? Have we figured that out? Is
The
it like?
name of the series we didn't figure out yet.
Oh,
Maybe
okay,
maybe now we'll figure it out. But yeah,
okay. But
it's
it's gonna be
mostly
the
gonna be
beginning of it.
only controversial
Yeah, we're
topics.
gonna be doing like controversial topics, takes, and stuff, and
Yeah,
interesting. We're hoping to get
we're
like some
trying to piss
heated.
people off.
Yeah, we're trying to like get in heated debates and things like that. Um, it should be really fun. But we're gonna begin the first one with Shonen. After this, it's gonna be a good topic. Mihawk versus Shanks, very spicy. And yeah. So, anyways, thank
and
you all for
and
you.
even Shonen Ouji will be in that video. So Shonen Ouji fans, do check that out as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, definitely. You know, I hope you all. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of a good way to end this or what to say next. Anyways, thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate it. This was actually really
Yeah,
fun.
we appreciate Shonen Ouji for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Had a lot of fun.
And anyways, I hope to catch I hope to catch you all in the next one. Peace. Oh shit! Well, probably should have been where I could have ended it. Damn it.